I'm saying this to you, Jordan, and to your audience. There has been a complete fabrication of history. It's the biggest lie that have permeated the 20th century and the 21st century. They recreate ancient history, they recreate modern history, and this is a lot of hokum. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. And their supporters in the West basically erased history and recreated a fake history.
In 1917, there's an event that occurred in Jaffa. This is like an enclave. It's a community within current-day Tel Aviv. In Israel, also more accurately known as occupied Palestine. This area was evacuated. Because of the war that was happening, there's different fights and battles and whatnot. Everyone had to leave this area. Now, Aaron Aronson wrote a report and said that all 10,000 Jews were kicked out of their homes and they were slaughtered and things were stolen and people are crying in the streets and they're being hanged and all this, like a crazy report. None of it was true, okay? Mark Sykes, remember the Sykes-Picot Accord? Eventually this report came in front of him and he said, we can use this. We can use this as propaganda. They want to get support for that cause, for that movement, right? But it went like the 1917 version of a viral story after the fact. So you know how something happens and no one pays attention to it and all of a sudden it becomes viral? Almost 2.5 months later, they started sending it out to newspapers, to Zionists. They just started sending it out everywhere. The story, like, oh, Jews are getting like slaughtered and like 10,000 have to... And so it goes crazy. New York Times has this cover, cruelties to Jews deported in Jaffa. Jamal Pasha blamed. So this huge scandal is happening. Jamal Pasha is responding by saying, listen, this happened months ago and the whole population was evacuated and no one was really harmed. That was the truth. Later on, there was an American consulate in Jerusalem. They confirmed Jamal Pasha's version of the events. The truth eventually did come out, but the damage was done. They had this like massive propaganda campaign making them look like animals, crazy, that they've caused all this killing and hanging and all of these different things. And subhanAllah, it was all fake news, fake propaganda. SubhanAllah, mainstream media, don't we see that today? Even Muslims, don't we get spoon-fed this propaganda? Oh, look at these people, brutal. Always trying to pit us against each other and trying to make us feel guilty for having a sense of ummah or unity, make us feel guilty or self-conscious for our values, our principles, all of these different things. And it comes from this place of hypocrisy.